Hello everybody, I'm SJM, and as I venture further into the Betweenlands here, we find ourselves entering the mechanical age, so to speak. We're going to start getting some machines here today and dive into the Embers mod. As with most of the mods in this pack, I am surface level familiar with it, enough to say when I saw it in other packs, like especially kitchen sink packs, I just said, nope, I am not interested in that, but we can't say that in this one, so we'll be forced to learn it, so to speak. So to get started, obviously, if you're familiar with the way SevTech Ages worked, as we entered that new age, once we picked up the quest from the Dimensional Survey report, it revealed all these extra resources now down in the caves. So the first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to have to go down. You're going to have to find yourself Nixite, Gloomsilver, Miriam, Russite, and Lumicite. I don't think we need all of these, especially we don't need all of these today. But the ones we'll definitely need is the Gloomsilver for sure. And maybe we'll get to the Lumicite today, but probably not, because I'll probably have to figure things out. But we'll see as we go along if we get that far or not. No, the Russite. The Russite's the other one that we would need. So maybe I'd better. Maybe I'd better prepare some of that. I didn't think about that until just now, so let's infuse this so that we can get a little bit extra out of it at the other end. But we can let that cook as we're doing the other stuff here. So that's what this first one is about: is to go and find all the new ores down there. And then we've got basic components. We'll need a Gloomsilver plate and a mechanical core, which is 5 Gloomsilver plates and 4 Simmerite. So we got that put together. These are just basically 31 hits on an anvil to get one of those. And it just says up in here, this is a long process, so I hope to come up with a better solution in the future. So hopefully, because it was a lot of hammering away, like about almost, I don't know, I'd say 10, 12, maybe even 15% of an octane hammer just to get the 6 plates that I needed to move forward. So yeah, I've processed a bunch of the Gloomsilver so far, so that's what this stuff is here. And we got the first few things made already so that I don't have to do this on camera. So the Tinker's Lens, basically, hopefully we'll see what this does when we get the Ember bore put down. I made this atmospheric gauge, which is supposed to tell us how good the embers are in a particular chunk. But I was running around with it and it didn't seem to change. So, unsure. And I even did this down in the caves down below too, so maybe if as soon as we start mining some, that will affect it and it'll start to drop, but I guess we'll see after we get working. So the next one is putting together the ember bore. We'll need that mechanical core, 4 Simmerite, and then 4 Caminite brick stairs, which is to make the stairs we'll need 6 Caminite bricks to make the stairs. And Caminite bricks we can do the long way with this recipe, but we'll probably won't be doing that until we've got our machines set up, because why do all this crafting to get 2 bricks So we'd have to do 2 times 6 is 12 recipes of this just to get what we need, when there's a cheaper recipe via the Fey crafting. So 4 runic dust plus a refractory brick gets us 1 full Caminite bricks. And then the other recipe that was a little bit troublesome, so the item pipes were pretty simple, just some gloom silver and another plate. But the item extractor needed a Caminite plate. The Caminite plate is basically a cooked raw Caminite plate, which is 2 Caminite blends. The Caminite blend is, before we have our machines, is done in a Fey crafting recipe as well, 1 runic dust and 4 refractory clay. Then if we look further ahead here, we can see the slaked lime. I had about 16 of these left over from before, just hanging around, and I'm glad that I kept them because this will be a cheaper recipe moving forward and probably automated, whereas the doing the refractory bricks isn't so much, I guess, but we'll see when we get there. So let's head on over. What was I thinking to point out? Oh yes, I was going to point out my drawers now. I've got them all locked, which is what this little symbol is here on all of them, and we've got numbers on all of these faces so that I can see how much of each of these things that I have. So to do that, to get the numbers, you need a quantify key, and to lock and unlock your drawers, you need a drawer key, and I need 1 nuggy. So to make them, these 2 keys, you'll need these upgrade templates. These are not too hard, just a drawer surrounded by sticks gets you 2 upgrade templates, which is perfect because we're making 2 keys. The quantify key requires the drawer key, so when I made the quantify key, I locked all the drawers that I had at first, but I've added some since then, so I need to get those locked, and maybe once in a while I'll find something that I need to unlock because I want to organize my drawers a little bit better. So I do want to have my locking key on hand. So the regular drawer key is just like this, 2 octane ingots and a nugget. And then to turn it into the quantify key, you need the drawer key with a book and quill. And for that, you're going to need one of the dragonfly wings, a book, and the black dye powder, which is basically just ground, like double ground black hat mushroom, which will get you 2 black dye powder. So now that I've got my drawer key, I can come back here, and you can lock all of the drawers that are connected to your controller, unlocked and locked. And so now these are all locked because we've got those trims in these corners, and as long as there's drawers connecting everything together, then they'll all lock and unlock or quantify or dequantify. All right, on to some Fey crafting. Look out for a swamp beast. Nope, nobody home today. An interesting thing about the Fey crafter here is you can do multiple recipes at once. You don't have to do these one at a time. So I need to make 6 Caminite bricks, just like that, and it does them all at once, which is perfect. That's exactly what we want, right? We've got our bricks. We've got 1 Caminite plate. I will need to cook this guy up in my kiln. Come down here, throw that guy in there. This bellows is really, really good with the refractory sawmill. Basically, you just grab your shovel so you can dig up all of the sawdust that comes on top, and as you stand on this, it speeds it up so very much. So if you need your planks, your sticks, or your boards, or what have you, really quickly, it's super easy to do that way. What do I hear? I don't know what I hear. You can't see what that is there by looking at it, but this is going to be really handy for this part of the playthrough, because we need to go down to the pitstone level to do embers. A little bit of a pain in the butt, but it is what it is. And we do have this. Do I have it? Where do I have it kicking around? Have I put it into a drawer here somewhere? Climbing rope. And the recipe for the climbing rope is basically just 3 reed ropes put together to get every one of those. So it's a little bit of a sink for all of that climbing rope that we were finding in the White Tower, or the White Fortress, or the lucky pots. What are they called? The pots, anyways, in the peat bog. You're still not done cooking, sir? All these people are waiting. Well, I guess maybe I'll wait and you guys can come back when it's done. Okay, and we're back. I really got into a huge rabbit hole there, doing a bunch more pre-crafting. So it's been like it's been an hour since I hit pause. I didn't just wait for that one plate. I wanted to jump ahead and get more stuff done, but then realized that even, like, I don't know what I'm doing, so we should probably take this in baby steps. So let's get down to get our ember borer set up and at least starting to generate some of these embers. First of all, before we worry about, storing them in an octane cell and then getting a melter and then stamper to get on octane gear, and then, moving forward, getting the mixer centrifuge. So, because I'm almost out of Sermerite at this point now, and we're going to need more. Actually, that just finished, so I'll have at least 10 or 12 more ingots to go. But let's take this simply. So in here, the borer needs a fuel, i.e. sulfur, and a way of piping the embers out of it. The only input-output is on the top center of the borer. So you can't input and output from the same thing, so we're going to need to have another mechanical core on top of it so that we can get more inputs and outputs, right? So if we want to have multiple directions, we could do that, but at least this way we'll be able to have an input for the sulfur and an output for the embers. So you'll need 2 mechanical cores just to get this set up and started. So now we're going to pipe fuel into the core and embers out of it, ideally using item pipes. So I'm not going to use item pipes to get the sulfur into it. We can do that with a hopper. So back in the survival stage, we had access to this mechanical hopper, and if you tried to use it, you realize it doesn't work unless you have a cog. See, there's a small spot there, and you need a cog on there for it to do anything. But now that we're up into the Sermerite age, we can upgrade this bad boy. I forget. What is it? Yes. I'm not doing an upper. I need a hopper. So this one shouldn't need any cogs, so that we don't have to replace this after 64 items, 1,024 items, 4,000 items type of thing, right? For if you upgrade the cogs as you go. But this way the thermite hopper should do everything we need. And then the other thing is that the item extractors, and then similarly the liquid extractors, actually need levers before they'll actually extract. And then the only recipe for levers right now is with a Caminite plate and a weedwood stick. You do at least get 4 levers out of it, but at the same time, that's at this point right now for me, it's a little bit steep of a price, but it is what it is, and this is what we need to do to move forward. I've got a lot of the other pre-crafting done here, so as soon as I get this one here, I think I'm gonna ding a whole bunch of these quests already. But we'll just jump down to the pitstone layers here quickly and see if we can't set this up. Actually, forgot about one other thing. Is I think we need placement block. And we'll need our ember boar. We'll worry about the rest later. Yeah, that's done. I don't need to start anything else just now. Not for today's episode anyway. I guess rather than doing the slow way, well, I don't have a perfect shaft coming down. Maybe if I build a perfect shaft, I could do a little water landing here for coming down. But as you see, it kind of worked out perfectly. As I was digging down, I saw this opened up into a cave. And I had actually been here before. These mushrooms were already here, so I had already been through here looking for stuff, so semi-ideal in a way, I guess, but this is where I think we'll be setting up for now, and I'm gonna start it over here. Now, the reason why I said I think we need a placement block is that when I put this down, it's gonna be like that, but we need to have these grinding wheels or drilling wheels. They have to be on the surface here. So we put that down there so it looks like this. This is what I caught from the Mischief of Mice stream anyways, so that I think this is the way that we need to have it. And I'm going to take this one out as well, just so that the whole 3x3 is easily accessible. So we need to have our mechanical core on the top here because this is the only in and output that we've got. Don't need you, sir. That item extractor, item pipe. Alright, so we've got our core going in, sulfur going in, and we can actually hear it working now. So we've got our item extractor, item pipe. This should just go straight into a chest. Yes, it does go there. Now if we put our lever on there and eject it, I think we saw just a little flash there a second ago, and that would have been an ember going in. Flash there, and we got another thing. Alright, so we've got it working. Let's just move away from that so we can hear ourselves think. Oh, this isn't ominous at all. So Ember comes in 3 different states: shards, crystal, and grit. Only the shards and crystals can be used to power other Ember machines. So I guess as soon as I pick up one of those, then I will be getting the quest done. There we go. And as I said, we got a whole big chain reaction of things there. So from there, we're going to head up here to get the stamper. This will be a easier way to do some of the recipes, as I pointed out earlier. And then the bottom direction will be the mixer, which we move towards Dawnstone. Okay. I am failing on this rope. This is the first time I've had so much trouble. It's because I'm trying to use the up arrow to go faster. So let's get square to it. And just adjust a little bit. It's tricky. If I did a full enclosure around it, like I was mentioning on my way down, that would probably make it easier so that I don't fall off anymore. Yeah, we got the basics up and running, and we'll build up some Ember for it. Yeah, I need 4 more bricks to do this one. And this will be like the storage system for the Embers. And then from there we can send the Embers to whatever other machines that we need. Like I think the mixer requires Ember so that it can melt down the metals to alloy them. And then we combine octine and russite together to make Dawnstone. And then from there we can make more machines and get further into the mod. But that's going to be it for this episode. A little bit of a shorter one because I'm kind of stumbling through this like I am for most of the stuff that's in this mod. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I'm enjoying it so much, is that that it is that kind of a challenge. Actually, I need to make tongs. We can't, oh, because it's a pickaxe. Well, I should still be able to use the masonry brick on the sawmill. Interesting. I'll have to ask Serious Creeper about that. And we need 2 of these guys for tongs, right? Nope, 3. Yeah, so while I work on replenishing some of my stock here and getting prepared for getting to Dawnstone and maybe some Dawnstone machinery for the next episode. I hope you all enjoyed. I appreciate you all for checking out the episode, and we will see you in the next one.